Hey everyone, I'm Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. Alright, so the main energy so far is, I heard, it's nothing serious, I just want to talk. So there could be somebody who wants to speak to you, and they want you to know there's nothing serious tied to whatever they want to say. There's just a desire to speak to another person for some reason. And it's funny because when I shuffled this, on the top of the deck is phone, which is, wanting to talk to somebody. So somebody might want to call another person. They might want to call a Scorpio, or a Scorpio wants to speak to somebody, or they have that in their chart. We're still in Scorpio season, but regardless, we also have target under that. The letter S could be significant because that's kind of how it's showing up. I want to talk, but it's nothing serious. So anyways, we'll see what that's about. So what's the main energy moving into this for the collective, please? I just heard no news is good news. So it's like, I just want to talk, there's nothing to share. Like, it feels like casual conversation because that's too many. Okay, so somebody just wants to talk to you for some reason. Let's see if we find out why that's coming up like so prominently right off the bat. Communication is key. Yeah, somebody wants to talk to somebody. There's something they need to communicate. It doesn't feel like it's regarding an illness or something serious like that. There needs to be proper communication here. You and your loved ones are safe. So whatever this conversation is pertaining to, there's no need to worry, really. It's almost giving me that energy of, when I haven't spoken to somebody in a long time and all of a sudden you see their name appear on your phone and they're calling and you're just like, I wonder what this is about. Is this going to be a bad conversation, or do they have an update about something? Like, should I even answer? That's the energy I'm feeling from someone. Just know that no matter what is said, whatever this conversation is, it's nothing major. So don't get worked up about it. Don't worry about it. But somebody definitely wants to communicate something to another person. And we'll see what that is, hopefully. Hopefully we'll see what that is. Actually, I'll get one of these for communication and you and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, I keep hearing there's no need to worry, so that's good. So if you're anticipating this call or you're the one making it, there's really no need to worry. I don't really feel a problem, a major problem or anything. High honor. It's a level of recognition. Somebody might have changed their mind about you, about something that you're doing, because they've had time to think and reflect and process a past situation or whatever you're doing. And that's making me think of, like, if we, I guess, as an easy example, spirituality versus religion. A lot of times people who are highly religious, not all, but, it's common practice. I'm not diving deep down that rabbit hole. But they disagree, like if you're a medium or a psychic, that's the devil's work kind of thing. You're talking to demons, or it's not true. Like skeptics will say stuff like that. They will counteract every intuitive hit you get. Basically, there's always a scientific explanation for every single thing, when sometimes there isn't. Someone's just too close-minded. So I'm kind of feeling someone who was kind of in that close-minded energy surrounding whatever you do for work, however you live your life, whatever's going on for you. They were viewing it in their own way, and there's like a change in perspective about something that happened with you prior, or something that you're working on. Your art, whatever your art is, there's a new view on your craft, on how you're doing something, on what's happening with you. It's almost like a skeptic is kind of questioning things, no matter what they're skeptical of. Probably because you're being held in high regard. So it's like giving me the energy of like when somebody's not on board with what you're doing, with your lifestyle, whatever, but so many other people are, and then they're going, wow, all these people believe or trust in you. They see the potential in what you're doing, where you're headed kind of thing. What are they seeing that I'm not seeing? So that's what's making somebody kind of go in the hangman mode and change their perspective around. Look at you a little closer, look at things a little deeper so they can have a better understanding. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's see. I just heard, I see why all this had to happen now. That could be a realization for some of you, especially if you went through, a lot of downtime, you know what I mean? Like with the highs and lows, a lot of difficulties. Because I'm like, we'll forge ahead no matter, it's like no matter what's at stake or no matter what happens, I'm going to continue to forge ahead. That's the energy I'm feeling with this for you. So like conflict didn't stop you. Whatever's gone on in the past hasn't stopped you. Even if you took breaks here and there and needed time to think and tweak a few things with whatever you're doing, you never stopped. You never gave up. You're not giving up, and you won't. Burrow, exhaustion, questioning motivations, and realignment. Somebody could have been questioning your motives with whatever you're doing. But I was just talking about pushing forward and not giving up, and exhaustion's here. So it's like no matter how exhausting this energy was, this situation, these people, whatever, you just kept going. It's like, I'm so tired. I could just take a nap. For like a whole week, And it's like, nope, I got to get up. I've got to take care of responsibilities. I've got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do whatever the hell this is pertaining to. You just didn't give up, no matter how long it took you to achieve a goal. Because if you think about it, if you're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're tired, it's going to take you a little bit longer to finish something, to start something, to do whatever, to get through any situation. When you have more energy, it's easier. It's like, oh, we're just going to bust through all this. We're keep going. But I feel like no matter how difficult things became for you, you just kept moving forward. It's the unstoppable train is what it feels like. You're unstoppable. Maybe listen to that song. You are unstoppable. Let's get one of these. So if anyone tried to stop you, it just didn't work. Whether it was just based off from their opinions, their point of view, like, you shouldn't be doing this. This is not right, whatever. I don't want to say you were ignoring the opinions of others or their input and advice. You knew what advice you needed to take, and it wasn't theirs because it didn't align with what you're doing. Yeah, so someone's advice was out of alignment because it's something, it's biased. It's their own opinion. It's how they would handle something, and you're a completely different person. Okay. Sometimes we just need time alone, what I heard. And yeah, that's the truth. 25 could be significant, or 777, because I have two 25s out here. Cancer and Gemini could be significant as well. Yeah, you didn't give up. Success is a decision, and I feel like that's a decision you've made for yourself, and I've decided to fucking own it. No matter how exhausted you are, no matter what's going on here, how many people disagreed with what you wanted, what you were doing, you're just like, no, I'm gonna keep going because I will be successful at whatever this is. It's like, don't give up right before the getting gets good kind of thing. And this could have been like, this is like long standing is what it feels. So you've been going through the motions and pushing forward for a while. And it's like, okay, well, what am I going to get on the other side of this? When is success going to hit? When are the fruits of my labor going to be fruitful, basically? I feel like you're right on the precipice of that now, because there's a level of recognition here with not just people who disagreed with you in the past, but with a lot of other people as well. It's like finding your tribe, finding those who fit in with what you're doing, like-minded people. Someone feels left out in this energy, though. I don't know what they feel left out from, like just out of your life, or if it's like an emotional tie of some kind, or if it's they feel left out of whatever you're working on because maybe they wanted to partner with you and that just didn't pan out. I'm not sure, so let's see. Here's your sign to keep going. Don't get discouraged. We ain't got time for that. You gotta keep moving forward. Now is the time for you to step up your game, basically. Like, it's not a time to give up and throw the towel in. You're definitely being spiritually guided towards something significant, towards success. So some of you might be receiving receiving downloads, but they're coming through as ideas. Like, oh, I just had a thought. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Write it down. So write these ideas down. Maybe you have been, but it feels like spirit is guiding you towards success, towards like how to attain it, even if you're not seeing it that way. So these creative ideas, these business plans, whatever is coming to mind on how you're like tweaking things or trying to work something into whatever you're doing, you're being guided to do that because it's just going to set you up for success. There's a level of professionalism here that either needs to be had or that's already going on. It's like keeping personal and professional separate. You don't shit where you eat, just saying. Especially if we're talking about connections with people. But it's like I feel like I need to separate myself. And for some reason, it's giving me the energy of like when you are a business owner, you're self-employed, you're starting something creative for yourself, whatever that's going in that area, like financially based, basically. Sometimes when we create something, like we own it, it's ours, we manifested it and put all the work into it, it can feel personal when it's not, it's professional. So it's like criticism and judgments, and when people don't like your product, they don't like your services, they don't like something about whatever you're doing, don't take it personally, because that's a professional thing. That has to do with your profession, whatever this project or profession is. So it's like, don't take that shit to heart, because you can always make tweaks, or not everyone loves everything. You know what I mean? Like it's like a certain audience. Certain people are going to be drawn to what you're doing, and some won't, and just ignore the ones that don't like it, that have whatever they have to say that's negative. It's not an attack on you personally, even if they're intending it to be, but that's how you can kind of separate it. Like, okay, this shit has nothing to do with me personally. It has to do with this professional side of whatever I'm doing. And then on the flip side of that, whatever's going on for you personally, don't bring that into what you're doing professionally, because the two will get intermixed too much, where the line will get blurred as to where you separate yourself from business and personal stuff. I just saw an orb. So there needs to be like a distinction, like a distinct line between what you're building, working on, working towards, and you yourself and your personal life. I just heard not learn. So I guess it's a learning curve for somebody. It usually is whenever we start something. Know your limits. Know your limitations as well. Numbers could be significant. That could be how you're being guided in this situation, because we do have signs are here. So pay attention to the signs, but don't hold on to them too tightly or so tightly that you misinterpret whatever's being shown to you. I keep wanting to say, don't take this personally. Don't take this personally. So maybe somebody's taken something personally that you've said. Don't take, whatever this is, don't take it personally. Apparently. What are we not taking personally? Don't take any setbacks personally or any problems that arise, no matter where it's coming from. Okay. Yeah, it could be. I was thinking of family. It's funny because I had like family members and shit popping in my head, and I'm like not saying it because it's not about them. It's not about that. And whatever this is not about your family either. But it's like, don't take it personally. I feel like if there's any criticism towards what you're working on and wanting to do for yourself, don't listen to the criticism of whoever's around you, whoever you're closest to, even if it's extended family. Because this is not about them. So, it's funny, the other thing that popped in my head was I was thinking, like, if you're a tarot reader or you are into any of the metaphysical things like that, if you're delivering messages for the public or other people, your family doesn't need to take that personally because it's not about them. But I also feel if you're delivering messages, it's not about you unless there's an intent in there for that to be so. But yeah, somebody's family might be taking something personally when it has nothing to do with them. Like whatever you're doing, wherever you're headed, whatever this is, it's not about them. It's about you. But what they have to say and what they disagree with has nothing to do with you. It's not for you. So don't worry about it. There could be an ending coming up for someone. It doesn't feel professionally. It feels like a personal ending. A disconnect of some kind. We have mirror, but it showed up sideways. I feel like someone's taken a good hard look at themselves. And that's where this change is coming in. That's probably why somebody wants to speak to another person. Because I want to turn this reversed. Like family isn't there. This person isn't there. They're not there for you. They might have even exited. They might have left your life. Because they weren't seeing things from your perspective, from an outside perspective. Yeah, someone needs to look in the mirror. Yeah, that's the person that wants to talk. It could be a family member or someone you were like strongly tied to. Yeah, someone has something to say. I keep wanting to say, this isn't about you. Why do I want to say it like that, though? So it's either whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying is not about whoever this is. Even if they feel it is, if the shoe fits kind of thing. But this is not about you. Okay, well then who the hell is it about? What the fuck's it about? It's like, stop being so arrogant and realize that this is not about you. I don't know, this has nothing to do with someone specific, and they might not be happy about it, apparently. Interesting. Chinese food could be significant, or like those fortunes and fortune cookies. I keep wanting to say this is not about you, so I don't know who that person is. I want to get more on it to see. Eight of Wands, that's communication. There's a lot of communication here. There's spirit communication, there's talking back and forth, but there's also the lack thereof. Someone wanting to talk. And then we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom, which 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 of Wands. You're protected by what you say. What you say is protected. You're safe in this situation either way. I feel like you definitely have divine protection, especially if you're spiritual and delivering messages. But regardless of that, even if you don't do that, like, something that someone said or is going to say is a form of protection. Like, I'm only telling you this so that you can be aware and protect yourself. I mean, that's how signs are too. When Spirit's delivering messages for us, it's for protection so that we avoid problems and, so we're guided in the right direction with whatever life throws at us, That's what spiritual messages are about. Guidance. You can take it, you can leave it, you can believe it, you can not, I mean, that's just how it is. Depends on the person and if it resonates, and if it does, maybe just think about a certain message that comes through for you, whether you're receiving it yourself or you're, getting it from a reader or somebody else. But I feel like I'm not going to give up on what I say. So if anyone was trying to shut you up or stop you from sharing something, from speaking about something, telling the truth, whether it's about this family situation or something else, you're not allowing this to stop you. Whatever happened between you and this person or people, it's not shutting you up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still gonna talk. That's what this feels like. I don't know who you're talking to or what you're talking about, but you're still gonna talk. You're not gonna stop me from talking. But about what? I don't know, but someone isn't gonna stop you from talking. This is also about forward movement. I feel like you're a lot stronger than you used to be, because there's like an experience that you've gone through in the past that built your character. It strengthened your ass right up. If you were in that people-pleasing energy where you used to shut up and bite your tongue all the time, I feel like you don't do that anymore. It's like when you are quiet about things, it's for a purpose. It's for a reason. It's not to avoid conflict. It's because now is not the time, kind of thing, or whatever, or something that you're just holding back and until the time is right. Regardless of what it's about, whether it's an idea that you have, like, I'm not talking about my ideas, my plans, because that's my business kind of thing. I will present it when the time is right, or I really want to say this to so-and-so, but now is not the right time. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about understanding, because there is a change in somebody's point of view here, like in their understanding of you of something. And after some time passes, sometimes things become clearer, because hindsight's 2020. And I kind of feel that energy here with someone who wants to speak to you, because their perspective has changed. So it's like, now is not the time to talk about this, or it wasn't then, but it's coming up now. It's like I wanted to say that. I wanted to say this before, but I just couldn't for some reason. I don't know if that's coming from you or this other person, because there's someone that wants to talk to you. So it could be coming from them. there's a change of perspective, definitely. But yeah, there's like emotional exhaustion, mental exhaustion, just there could even be physical pain in the situation that happened in the past, but I feel like it's like, why the hell did that happen? You could have been questioning it. Maybe you still are. Like, I know what happened because you lived it kind of thing. But I feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions with whatever this is as well. And maybe you have the clarity spiritually, intuitively, you always have, but it's like the why, like why did this happen? Like why did this person do whatever? That's never really been answered here. But I feel like you've let that go. Because you can receive closure without getting answers to those questions. It is nice when we do receive it from the horse's mouth or whatever, but it's almost like whoever that person is, that whoever wants to talk to you, they couldn't say this before, but they can say it now because time has passed. It's like when the problems, I don't want to say resolved, when it's not going on, when it's not ongoing. It's easier to say things when we've had time to reflect, time and space apart, something like that. Whatever it is, you need to own it. Someone needs to own up to something. Justice. Yeah, someone wants to own up to something. And probably provide some type of clarity, like why something happened, why, whatever it is. Six of Pentacles, it's equal give and take. Yeah, they want to rebalance the scales and make something fair. Something wasn't fair in the past. You were treated unfairly. But I feel like this is like, I want to make this right. Someone's trying to make something right. Because look, in the card, it looks like things are balanced because this piece is on the table and he's holding this one. But this person wants to give you something. And then it will look uneven. But it isn't. It will look unfair. It's like, if I give you this, it will seem unfair. But it's actually not. Okay. Four of Pentacles holding. Yeah, because somebody's holding back something. Could be matters of the heart. I'm holding on to what I have instead of giving it to you. I'm holding on to what I have instead of giving it to you. It could be emotionally based, matters of the heart, or something that somebody holds near and dear. It feels like there's communication, so there is something that someone wants to say, but I kind of feel like there could be an object or objects involved. Items, something. The Nine of Wands. I saw that initially. Somebody was holding something back to protect you. Or that's what they were thinking. But they're going to come clean about it. It's like they thought that their actions were justified. They thought that whatever this was good. Like that they weren't doing anything wrong, basically. Keeping this from you felt like the right thing to do, the fair thing to do. I was only doing this to protect you. I only said that to protect you. I only whatever this is. It was out of protection. I only left. I only disappeared to protect you. Maybe they genuinely thought that, but I feel like it could have caused more harm than good, especially emotionally speaking. But it feels like a cop out to me, an excuse. Don't butter me up with your lies, you know? Yeah, because it was emotionally painful. This situation was. Whatever this withholding is, whether it's emotionally, talking, the end to a relationship of some kind, or keeping something from you, I don't know, whatever this person's keeping from you, they did it to protect you, but it caused more harm than good. It was a harmful situation. It was difficult, so it feels like, because I keep going back to exhaustion. It's like it was really hard getting through this. You had whatever this is that you had to work through and get through and overcome, you did it on your own, no matter how fucking exhausted you were. Somebody wore you down. The situation wore you down. It's funny too, because I started this off talking about project careers and like high honor, being recognized and being successful and owning it. Like, just you keep trucking along, you keep doing what you need to do to build, to get your business off the ground, to build whatever this is. Like, you were creating something. And this problem came about during that time and made the process so much more difficult for you. It's not about you, it's about them. I said it the other way around prior. Didn't I? I don't remember. Anyways, 3 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Someone saw an opportunity for you to walk away from a good opportunity, basically, to walk away from something in the past, but I feel like coming up, someone wants you to celebrate this opportunity, this upcoming opportunity, one that, did you walk away? What is this? It's like, I'm leaving. It feels like as you're leaving something behind, as you're leaving this, like, okay, I don't have the answers, I overcame this, whatever, I don't know what happened here, whatever, I'm just gonna move out of this energy situation, just keep trucking forward. I feel like right as you're doing that, and just releasing, that's when this person's gonna come in with this opportunity, quote unquote. Yeah, I walked away to protect you. I left the situation to protect you. That's what this feels like. It's these 2 cards are like sticking together. Like, it feels like this opportunity is in his hands or her hands. This opportunity is in his hands, and he walked away. Okay, so there's an opportunity between you and another person. Could have been a family member, whoever, and they chose to walk away from the situation. They chose to end it for, quote unquote, your protection. But they weren't doing it for your protection initially. That could just be a cop out or an excuse. Because there's other people here who are talking. They didn't want to be the talk of the town. It's like giving me that whole guilty by association energy where, say, people are talking about you, even if it's not the best shit, gossip or whatever, and somebody's like, I don't want to be associated with so and so because everyone's talking about them. I don't want to be roped into their shit or get tangled up in this. So I'm going to pass on this opportunity and walk away. That almost feels like a business opportunity. I feel like I'm talking about different people. So there's someone that you could have collaborated with or you were going to creatively somehow. And that person bypassed an opportunity because there was a lot of talk about you, about what you were doing, and they didn't want to be roped up in the gossip because they're weak-minded basically. Their ego's fragile. They couldn't handle it like you. They wouldn't have been able to. Yeah, the backlash, they would have taken it personally, basically. Even if you did from time to time, because it smarts when, people say mean shit, but especially if it's pertaining to our work. Like, it's funny, is growing up in school and stuff, I could read from a book or whatever in front of the class or school or whatever, but when it was my own work, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, it was really hard for me because I would have taken it personally if people laughed at what I was saying, even if it was just about how I was reading it or presenting it. If people didn't like what I created, it would have hurt me more, and it was a protective measure, and that's why I didn't like it, and I usually didn't do it. Like my 6th grade teacher, she'll never forget this. She's like, one of my favorite times when you were sharing your essay or something, I was like, I read the first sentence and I'm like, blah, 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 the end. She's like, I'll never forget that. And I just sat down. I'm like, there you go. I read it. But it was a coping mechanism or a form of protection. I was trying to protect myself because I couldn't handle criticism at that point in my life. I feel like you're not in that place anymore if you ever felt that way, which I mean, some of us do, not all of us. But there's someone in this energy that probably feels that way or felt that way during this time of collaboration. Like they didn't want to be laughed at, looked at, judged because they couldn't handle it. They would have taken it personally. So they passed on that creative project with you or whatever this is. They didn't think it was a good idea for them. They might have a change of heart here. Maybe that's what they want to talk to you about. It's like, oh, this is why I didn't work with you and whatever. But there's also like a family situation or someone you were close to that ended things, and they're going to say that they walked away from you in the situation probably during a time of need when you really needed someone. They're going to say that they did it for your protection for some reason, but they didn't. That's just an idea. It's just an excuse. Because I want to be like, oh, well, that's all well and good. It's over and done with now. You haven't been here, so peace out. The scales are going to balance one way or the other in this situation. Justice is coming out. 9 of Cups. Yeah, because something good is going on for you. There is a level of fulfillment here. This person might be wanting to return because they feel like that's what's going to make you happy. But what your happiness and whatever this fulfillment is has nothing to do with anyone I just talked about from the past. It has to do with you. You walked away from a bad opportunity. Rejection is divine protection no matter what form it comes in. And I feel like even though you were walking towards the unknown, you didn't really know what to expect. You're glad you did. You probably followed the signs and took divine guidance and made something happen for yourself. You're making something happen for yourself because success is a decision, and that's the decision you made. You didn't know that that's where you were headed. Probably wanted it, but you didn't know if this was the right path. Because there's a lot of pitfalls here. It feels like there was a lot of struggles. It wasn't easy, but the road to success is not, paved with gold, basically. It's not easy. It's full of potholes and fucking mud and muck and bullshit, Because you gotta maneuver through all of that to create what you want to create. Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Strong Scorpio, because we saw that in the beginning, but we also have Cancerian energy. Yeah, you followed your intuition. You allowed yourself to lead the way. And you need to follow your intuition in this situation when communicating with whoever this person is that wants to come in and talk to you. Let them talk and just listen, if you choose to. But really listen. MIT could be significant. Because sometimes the truth is in between the lines. When you read between the lines. I don't know why. Okay. It's making me think of this for some reason. It just popped in my head. I don't remember what case it was. I really don't. It was a true crime case. But there was this person. Oh, yeah. It was the movie killer guy. I don't know. Like, he said he was like a film artist and he'd put an ad out for it was like he was on a dating site and he was pretending to be a woman. He's luring men in because he was doing like snuff films basically. So the story he was writing was the truth, but it was quote unquote fiction. And that's what's popping in my head. Like, it doesn't matter about what he did in that case, but the investigator found a deleted document in his laptop, and it was a story he had written for a screenplay or whatever. And they already knew certain facts of the case, and as he's reading through it, it was literally like a memoir. Like, he wrote down all his crimes, start to finish, how it fucking happened. All he did was change the names. So, like, if that officer just went, oh, this is just a screenwrite, whatever, like, I'm not reading this fictional tale from this guy, he could have just passed it by or looked at it in that way, like, oh, this is just it's all made up. But a lot of writers, actually, even those who write fiction, they pull from their own lives, real life situations and scenarios, because that's where the ideas come from. You can morph it into whatever you want, but there's always a semblance of truth in these stories. Even if it's about vampires, you know what I mean? Like, the vampire part might not be true unless we're talking about an energy vampire, but the manipulation, the relationship between the vampire and the main character or whatever, that could have been a true relationship for the writer, or they're basing it off from somebody else's life. It comes from somewhere. It always does. And that's what's making me think of. So if the investigator didn't read between the lines and go, this is a fucking manifesto, basically, like, holy shit, if he didn't connect those dots, it would have just been chalked up to a story. There's a story in here that seems too fantastical to be the truth. But sometimes the craziest shit is the truth. There was something someone said, what was it? It's like, if, I can't remember the saying, but it has something to do with, like, if every logical explanation is out the window, then you have to go to, like, an illogical explanation. Like, the illogical explanation is the truth if all logical options are out the window. So it's like, if logically this makes sense, but it doesn't fit, this fantastical story must fit. It's something like that. It's almost like unbelievable, but it's the truth. Because some people do some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? And not just like red rum wise and whatever, but they mess with people. There's a situation like that in here somewhere, where you were not believed, basically, but you didn't give up. this situation was exhausting. If someone wants to come in and be like, oh, I did it for protection. Protecting what? You know what I mean? Like, protection my ass. It's an excuse. It's a cop-out. But don't worry, justice will be served in this situation because, I don't know, this is like, what goes around comes around is what I want to say. Someone's going to get a taste of their own medicine. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. I wonder what they're going to get a taste of. Cheers. A bar could be significant, but regardless of that, information. Someone was given unreliable information in the past, but they're going to get a taste of their own. They're going to get a taste of their own medicine because information's coming out. Oh, because somebody wants to talk. They probably want to fix things. They want to make something right. Someone can't stand. I don't know. I feel like I can't stop thinking about something. Somebody knows something. They know the truth about whatever happened here. It's eating them up. They were given unreliable information in the past, and now there's some type of truthful information that's coming out. It's coming up. That's why this person wants to talk. Someone here wants to talk. It's not, what did I say in the beginning? It's not bad, or it's nothing bad. I just want to talk. I feel weird about that though. Like there might be a couple people that want to talk. But that is something that's a tactic that you would use to say to someone to ease their fears, to make them feel more comfortable. Investigators do it all the time. Interrogators, when they pretend to be the perpetrator's friend or whoever they're interviewing. Like, they make them feel comfortable. Like, they downplay the severity of a situation in order to get information. Maybe you're going to do that. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Because when people feel more relaxed and comfortable, they talk. That's either a plan of someone's to do with you so that you're not on edge when they speak to you, or that's how you'll handle this. And that's where the information is going to come out. I've gotten the truth out of people that way too. You gotta make them feel comfortable, even if it pisses you off. But if you want the truth, that's kind of how you gotta get it sometimes. Not always, because there are truth tellers out there, but whoever these people are, they're not truth tellers. That's so funny. 48 minutes in already, holy crap. Alright, so let's see, is there anything else in here that we need? An air sign could be significant. Now I'm just going to be throwing everything. This is local to you. This person's local to you. The situation is. Yeah, somebody was kissing ass. Someone's going to kiss your ass. It's suck up time. Virgo, bad news. The letter N. They were a non-believer. That's what I said in the beginning. They didn't believe in you. They didn't believe in what you were doing, whatever this is. Good luck, letter J. Yeah, somebody was being laughed at. But the joke's on them. The joke's on this fucking joker. There could have been hacking going on here, especially when it pertains to someone that you could have collaborated with, a coworker, someone you worked together with. This person could have worked together with another person to, or people to troll you, to troll your tarot readings if you are a reader. The month of October is significant. There's some type of financial win here, though, for someone. It's like if you were the butt of the joke, like you were made out to be the joker, the clown in the situation, the true clown's going to be revealed. Because you have more of a following. And Spirit is definitely talking to you. Spirit's letting you know. They're sending you signs. Spirit communication. People could have been laughing at you about your gifts and abilities. These people could have had a podcast, or there's some type of spirit communication in a podcast. Like if you were working together with someone who has a podcast and you were delivering messages, or there's some type of messages in a podcast for someone who's in a relationship. Don't forget. So there's something here that you shouldn't forget, because if you do, it might not end well, or it might not end in the way that you want. If you let history slide, keep it in the back of your mind. It's like you can forgive, but don't forget. I'm worthy of all the good shit in life. Yes, you are. And that's what I have for you. I will talk to you real soon. I hope this message helped. And yeah, I'll be back. Peace.